Did you know that even in relationships and marriages, a lot of people still feel lonely? Studies suggest that more than 1 in 3 adults say that they still feel lonely on a regular basis. And that number is even higher for people who are divorced, separated, or single. And the loneliness isn't just about emotion. It has real impact. Research shows that chronic loneliness can affect your health as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises your risk of heart disease, anxiety, sleep problems, depression, and even premature mortality. So if you're feeling lonely after breakup or divorce, know that you're not alone. It's a feeling that a majority of people struggle with no matter what circumstances they're under. But it is important to learn how to process it and cultivate positive emotions instead. And today we're going to talk about 6 practical ways to overcome loneliness after divorce or breakup, so you can reconnect with yourself, rebuild your emotional strength, and create the kind of connection and peace you deserve. Hey everyone, welcome back to Love with Eve. I'm Eve Kyle, relationship coach and women's empowerment coach. I help women after toxic relationships to heal and rebuild themselves so they can attract healthy love into their lives. And today we're going to talk about loneliness. What loneliness really is, why it shows up even when you're not physically alone, and what you can actually do to feel more supported, more peaceful, and more connected to yourself again. Loneliness is a topic so many people can relate to, and it's really close to my heart. I don't see loneliness as something you only experience after divorce or breakup. It doesn't mean if you're with someone, then you should feel less lonely, or if you're with lots of people, you shouldn't feel lonely, or if you're by yourself, then you must feel lonely. There's no such formula. Loneliness is a disconnection from yourself and from other people, which means if you're divorced or you just had a breakup and you're by yourself and you feel lonely. And I want you to understand it's not necessarily because of the divorce or because you're alone. As I said, it can happen to anyone at any time. It's a feeling. The reason I want to clarify that is because I want you to get yourself out of that victim mode. When you think, I feel lonely because I'm divorced, or I feel lonely because I'm alone, that thought will put you into victim mode, and that really will bring you down. So I want to talk about 6 effective ways to help you overcome loneliness. Number 1, understand the connection between thoughts and feelings. When we have a feeling, it's because we had a thought first. The thought creates the feeling. So when you feel lonely, there must be a thought before that. Here are the steps. First, when you have a feeling, loneliness, sadness, or anything, I want you to ask yourself, how does this make me feel physically? Do you feel tension somewhere in your body? Do you feel heavy, low energy, headache, tight chest, knots in your stomach? The reason I want you to ask these questions is because it helps you step outside the feeling for a moment. It can actually relieve the intensity a little bit and ground you. Then, the second step, observe your thoughts. Ask yourself, okay, now I feel sad or lonely. What was I thinking before this? What was the thought? A thought is like a sentence in your head. For example, the circumstance could be, I'm divorced, I just broke up with my ex. That is a fact. But that fact does not automatically create that feeling. It's the thought about that fact you have that creates how you feel. For example, the thought comes from the fact that I'm divorced could be, nobody wants me, I'm a failure, I'm missing out, this is it, I'll never fall in love again. So your feeling of loneliness and sadness is caused by these thoughts. Here's a good thing. Thoughts are optional. That's why different people can go through the same situation and feel completely different. They have different thoughts and perspectives about it. Because thoughts are optional, you have a choice to think something different. For example, this is my free space now. I can do whatever I want. I have my own voice and my own opinion. Now it's time to love myself. When you think those thoughts, you feel different. So the first step to overcome loneliness is understand the connection between the thoughts and feelings. Observe your feelings, discover your thoughts, then change your thoughts so you can change your feelings. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel instead? Maybe you want to feel secure, peaceful, loved. Then reflect, last time I felt secure, what was I thinking? Last time I felt loved or peaceful, what was going on in my head? Maybe you were thinking, I'm worthy. Things will work out. Everything will be okay. Those are thoughts too that can make you secure and empowered. So when you try to change your feelings, you need to start with your thoughts. If you don't want to feel lonely, and instead you want to feel secure, peaceful, and loved, then consciously replace your thoughts with, I'm enough, I can trust the universe, God, alive. Things will work out for my highest good. When you think like this, your feelings will shift. You'll feel more at peace. Number 2, fill your emotional tank with self-love. Because now is your time to love yourself. Being alone does not automatically mean being lonely. You don't have to feel lonely just because you're by yourself. Now you have yourself. So how do you fill your emotional tank with self-love? If your love language is words of affirmation, it means you feel loved when you hear positive, encouraging words. How can you give that to yourself? Write in the gratitude self-appreciation journal. Put sticky notes around your house with kind words about yourself. I'm strong, I'm worthy, I'm growing, I have a bright future in front of me. This is your home. No one else is there to tell you what to do. You get to decorate it with words that nourish you. You can also use self-affirmations every day. Download an app that pops up positive affirmations on your phone to remind you of your strengths. If your love language is quality time, then you need time and presence, even with yourself. You can take yourself on a date, talk to yourself kindly, watch a movie with yourself, self-love guided meditations, reading a book to yourself, going out and spending some intentional time with you. I know this sounds strange. Date myself, talk to myself, but it's not pathetic, it's powerful. Imagine your best friend has been starved for love for years and now she finally has a chance to receive it. How would you love her? Now apply that to yourself. You deserve that same care and love. Shift the story from I'm here by myself to I'm here with myself. That's a very different energy. If acts of service is your love language, you feel loved when someone does something kind and helpful for you. So now become that person for yourself. Cook something just for you. Organize your room for yourself. Clean the house for yourself. Ask, what is one thing I could do now that my future self would be so grateful for? That is an act of love. If your love language is receiving gifts, you know it's not about spending a lot of money. It's about feeling thought of and cared for. You get to be the one who gives that to yourself. Buy yourself something small, a candle, a pretty mug, a new journal, your favorite snack, a little reminder that you deserve sweetness in your day. Get yourself fresh flowers if you like flowers. Invest in a hobby or anything that brings you joy. Create a DIY gift for yourself. Write a letter to yourself today and mail it to arrive in 3 or 6 months. When you open that later, you'll be surprised by your own wisdom and strength. It becomes a very special gift of hope. You are teaching yourself an important message. I matter. My happiness matters. I don't need to wait for someone else to give me something meaningful. The last love language is physical touch. This one is big because many women tell me, my love language is physical touch. I miss intimacy. I miss having someone next to me. What do I do? Here's the thing. You miss physical touch, but what you really miss is connection and feeling loved. Physical touch is the expression. The deeper need is to feel held, safe, and cherished. You can still give your body that kind of comfort. You can let your friends know that you're a hugger, so they will give you extra hugs when they see you. Things you can do for yourself. You can dry brushing before a shower. That boosts energy and connection to your body. You can use warm body oil after shower. You can give yourself a foot massage while watching TV that releases tension and feel grounded. You can use weighted blanket at night. You can have a warm bath with Epsom salt to relax the muscles and nervous system. Anything that makes your body feel soothed and nourished will fill a love tank. Number 3, identify your triggers. Every emotion has a trigger. So ask yourself, when do I usually feel the most lonely? Is it when I come home to an empty house after a long day? Is it when you wake up to empty bed? Is it when you go to events and see couples or families together? Or when you scroll social media at night? Notice the patterns. And this is where we also stop the comparison game. We tend to compare. They are married. They look in love. They must be very happy. I'm alone, so I must be lonely and broken. But we don't know what's really happening in their lives. Think about your own experience. Were you truly happy and fulfilled when you were married? And did you still appear happy in front of others? Probably yes. We tend to show the side that looks put together. So we can't assume everyone else is living a happy life and then compare what we don't have to what they seem to have. You never know. And they might be envious of you for having the courage to leave a toxic relationship they're still stuck in, and no one knows. They might even be envious of your freedom to breathe, to choose what you want, and to create your new chapter on your own terms. We just never know. So identify your triggers. Don't compare your inside to someone's outside. Compare only to yourself. Am I doing a little bit better than yesterday? Did I make even a tiny bit of progress? Once you know your triggers, change something about them. If the empty house is a trigger, turn on music as soon as you walk in. Use essential oils or candles to make the space feel warm. Plan a small, comforting ritual when you get home. Bring yourself a little treat, flowers, your favorite takeout, a cozy drink. The point is to change the experience of that trigger so it loses power over you. Number 4, find your people. You might lose some friends during divorce or breakups, especially mutual friends. Some might choose sides, and that's okay. Now you know who your real people are. And you no longer have the energy to spend on people who are not truly for you. Now it's time to find your people. The only way to find your real people is for you to be yourself. Don't water yourself down thinking, if I say this, they might not like me. If they don't like the real you, they're not your people. You would rather be by yourself than sit at the table with people who don't get you, feeling disconnected and thinking, why am I even here? I'd rather be home reading my book. You want connection that feels like they understand me, they get my story. Remember, loneliness doesn't come from being alone physically. It comes from feeling not seen, not heard, not valued, not recognized. Finding your people helps bridge that gap between disconnection and connection. Number 5, be real and be vulnerable. Sometimes we feel lonely because we tell ourselves, nobody cares. I'm going through this all alone. No one sees my suffering. That might be how it feels, but there's another possibility. They simply don't know what you're really going through. We have the public us and the behind closed doors us. If you always show up like, I'm fine, everything's good. When people ask us how we are, our default answer is always, I'm fine, I'm doing okay. Then your friends and family will assume you're okay. That's why I want you to be real and be vulnerable with the people who love you. You can say, some days I feel really lonely. I'm still healing. It's harder than it looks. Most people are not mind readers. They don't know when to reach out or how to help unless you tell them. So you can tell them what you need. Tell them, sometimes I just need a hug. Sometimes I just need a phone call at night. Sometimes I need someone to drop off food because I don't have any energy to cook. There's nothing wrong when asking for support. Remember, you don't ask, you don't get. Ask for what you need. If they truly love you, they will show up for you in the way they can. Number 6, embrace the change. Divorce or breakup is a major life change. Change is always hard, even if it's a good change, because it's new and unfamiliar. You have a choice in how you see this. Do you see your divorce or breakup as, this is a failure that defines me. I'm damaged. Nobody will ever want me. This is the end of my story. Or, I survived this. Now it's time for me to thrive. This is my chapter now, and I get to write it. Thriving is the first stage. Thriving is the next. You get to decide what this change means. Go back to what you said in the beginning. Thoughts and feelings. How you think about this change will shape how you feel every day. Instead of thinking, empty house, empty bed, this is so sad, you can slowly shift to, this is my space now. This is my bed. This is my new day. This is the beginning of my new chapter and the brighter future I deserve. The change itself is neutral. Your interpretation of it creates your emotional experience. When you embrace the change with empowering thoughts, you move from fear to possibility, shame to self-respect, loneliness to connection with yourself, and that helps you forward and create the life you want. If this was helpful for you, I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments what is one small thing you are going to do this week to feel a little less lonely. And if you want support on your healing and empowerment journey, make sure to subscribe and stay connected here. And remember, your healing matters. Your story is not over. You are not behind. You are becoming. I'm Eve. This is Love Forward. I'll see you in the next episode.